Welcome to the Worst of the Riot podcast on this Thursday, January 20th, another day of Isaiah in for Nikki. Hello, Isaiah.
How we doing, everybody?
How was the podcast today? How do you feel about it?
That was a good one.
Yeah?
We had some good stuff. We kicked it off by talking about some of the most annoying habits of our partner, especially Orlando Bloom.
Yeah.
Who likes to leave dental floss lying around.
Yeah, that was a bad one. I'm glad that did not turn to the direction of I had to out my wife on what her
See, that's what I was going to ask
habit.
you right now.
Yeah, see, I have to tread lightly because what if she listens to this? But I'll tell you something that she knows that bothers me is since day one, since we've ever started going out, she will leave she'll just leave stuff in the car. And I'm not saying I'm some saint that always, every single time brings my cups and my garbage and everything I bring into the car or acquire while I'm driving. I don't always bring it all in and throw it away and stuff like that. But she is notorious for just McDonald's cups, leaving her jackets, various jackets, Coke cans. There's just constant stuff left in the car. It makes it hard to maintain a little bit. Yeah, then you're doing like the little shuffle if I go through the drive-through. Oh, it's like, where am I supposed to put my cup?
Where do I put the cup? Yeah. Because there's already 3 cups in here and I'm holding one. Yeah, that's a pretty good one. That's a solid one. Nothing too aggressive there. I would say my biggest annoying habit for me as even like a roommate is I'm so bad at laundry. You do? Like,
you don't do the laundry?
No, I'll do the laundry, but I'll leave it in the dryer.
Oh, yeah.
For so long. Yeah, like, it'll be dry.
Been accused of that as well.
I leave it in there because I don't feel like, because I don't want to get it out. I'm going to have to put it away. I hate putting away laundry.
On that note, I was reprimanded by my landlord that lived with me when I was in college. She got very mad at me for doing laundry loads that were too big, and she thought they were, and she may have been correct, I don't know, but she thought I was wrecking her laundry, her laundry machine because I was doing such big loads of laundry.
You were waiting too long.
Yeah, putting too much stuff all together.
Yeah, we talked about that. We also touched on a fry charcuterie board.
Yeah.
And talked about some of our favorite things we'd put on it.
That's got me excited. I really want to do that. I don't know when, I don't know how, but I would love to make a fry charcuterie board and branch out into all kinds of other charcuterie boards that might tickle our fancy.
They're pretty in right now. Like, that's like a thing people do. Like, they're very
seems like a trend.
Yeah, people always posting pictures like, oh my gosh, my charcuterie board. I don't even own a charcuterie board. Yeah. Do you own one?
I do not.
Maybe Nikki has one. Nikki definitely has one.
She seems like she would.
She would definitely have
And you know what? I wouldn't be surprised. You may be surprised. The stuff that you just find in our break room, if we had a charcuterie board in there, it would not.
It wouldn't even surprise you?
Would not 100% shock me, no.
Yeah, that was...
even though it's probably never been used.
Oh, yeah, but you know what? We're going to use it. We have to do that one.
We're going to put it to good use,
we had to put that together. We also talked about a judge who was just in the wrong. I mean, there's no other way to describe it. For a man that was not taking care of his lawn, and the judges took it a couple steps too far, I think.
Well, you ever watch judge shows, Isaiah? Like you're homesick from school or something? Judge Judy, Judge Joe Brown, somebody comes on?
I've seen him before, but I wasn't like a regular consumer of judge TV.
You ever watch the clips? There's some great clips of judge shows.
Oh, yeah, the clips. Yeah.
But what you never see on the judge shows is the judge being all mean to one of the people, and then the judge going, you know what? I'm sorry because I was too harsh on you. But that's what this judge needs to do. She was too harsh. She didn't realize she was auditioning for her own judge show. And then she should realize, you know what? I'm in the wrong.
She was in the wrong.
I was too rough on you. She needs to apologize.
She's bad. That was just bad. Bad judging there.
Yeah,
some bad judgment.
We're judging her judging.
Yeah,
and we judge it harshly as well.
Bad judgment from the judge.
Well, it sounds like we had a good podcast.
We had a solid podcast. Like we said every day, just a little bit better.
Yeah, it'd be weird if we came on here and we're just like, this podcast sucks.
This one's bad.
I know all the liners say that, all the things you hear between songs, but it'd be weird if we said it.
Yeah, we can't say it. And that's when you say, like, how's the podcast today?
Yeah.
I'm like, it's great. But we say that every single day.
A meaningless question.
It is a meaningless question.
Shouldn't have asked it. Well, enjoy the podcast, and we will catch you next time.
See you guys.
The worst podcast with the best listeners. This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Here's a fun one for you, Isaiah. It's a court case that has been in the courts in Italy since 2003.
Oh, that's a long time ago.
19 years. This has been playing out. A 2-decade-long court battle So that doesn't sound fun, but wait till you hear what the court battle is about. All comes down to a toilet flush.
A toilet flush?
It all comes down to a toilet flush where 4 brothers in Italy, in a town, a province called La Spezia, northwest Italy. You're well familiar, I'm sure.
Oh, very familiar with La Spezia.
You love La Spezia.
One of my favorite places to visit.
So four brothers built they had an apartment they, I guess, modified. They put a new toilet in. The husband and wife living next door to where they had put in the toilet complained that the toilet was used very frequently during the night, and it was such a loud flush, it would wake them up.
No way.
Yeah.
No,
so between
it was
these four guys, they were just constantly flushing the toilet overnight, and apparently it was overly loud, according to this husband and wife.
Oh my goodness! Like you said, it's next door, like above them. How was this even?
It says next door.
How could this even be? How could that be so loud that it woke you up in the middle of the night?
It's hard to envision, but it had to be loud, not just loud to where they go to where you power through it because every once in a while you get woken up, not just loud to where you go knock on the neighbor's door and say, hey, can you maybe use a different toilet in the middle of the night or something, like go to the other bathroom. It's so loud to the point and so frequent that they had to sue these 4 brothers. And over the course of the last 19 years, this has been playing out. It has reached the highest court in Italy, where they sided with the husband and wife.
No, they did not.
They decided in this high court that yes, the toilet flush was too loud, and it is in fact like some of the defense or some of the arguments that this husband and wife and their team used. They basically said it's a human rights violation how loud this toilet is flushing. No
chance it's flushing that loud. And number 2, it's not like these...
Number two. Way to go.
It's not these brothers' fault that the apartment complex has a really loud toilet.
But they put the toilet in, though.
Oh, it's a special toilet.
Yeah. So actually, I don't know if it's 100% clear or if it's spelled out, at least in this writing of the story, if the 4 brothers are the one living in this apartment or if they're renting it out. But nevertheless, it's their responsibility to quiet down that toilet. So for the last, the restitution that has to be paid, of course the toilet has to be changed. That needs to be updated. So, and then they have to pay 500 euros per year since the toilet's installation.
Oh my gosh.
That they've caused. So that's 19 times 500. And then convert euros to American dollars if you want to figure out how much that is. It feels like it's not enough if this is a human rights violation.
Well, also, I don't understand why do they still live there? Like, did they not move out?
Yeah, right?
And I feel like it would have been...
why should you move out? They're the ones that suck.
Yeah, but if you're so upset, about it, then just leave. Then just leave. If you're so mad, then just leave. Find another place to live.
Well,
if this has been going on for 19 years...
You're saying, though, that how can the toilet flush be that loud? I agree with you. You're going to play it up in court. If it was a continual problem, you go ahead, you go sue, you go play it up in court, you get your money out of it. But it's not like even if it's so loud, you can't put in earplugs. You can't do something to where you're still going to be able to sleep through it. Live in the place you've lived, the place you enjoy, except for the loud toilet flush.
I also feel like 19 years for this is a long time. I feel like they could have just pulled up the audio on the very first court case and been like, is it too loud or not? I feel like that's what it comes down to.
Wow.
And they couldn't decide. They were like, I don't know. It's pretty close to being too loud, but I don't know for sure if it's too loud.
It seems like it'd be simple to solve, but then again, it's also a court case about a toilet flush, so maybe it wasn't a very high priority.
Yeah, they didn't care.
Maybe they were like, well, they've got these murders and these car thefts and these embezzlements and all these other things. So we'll push the toilet case off for another day.
They kept on just pushing it down the line. And this couple was getting so mad. They were getting so upset. Why are they not covering this? Like, why has this not been settled yet? It's because it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You're complaining about a toilet flushing too loud.
Yep.
You're complaining about nothing.
Yeah, you're actually right. You should be a judge. You sound like Judge Judy.
Yeah, I would just tell them no. I would say leave me alone.
I'm not going to waste my time with
this
what I
think.
Frivolous case.
Seems a little bit ridiculous.
Harsh but fair.
And you know what? It's a loud toilet.
It's a loud toilet. We all deal with it one day.
Everything you love about the Riot, plus a handy-dandy fast-forward option. This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
It's time for some skincare tips with the Riot.
I don't know if we should be the ones giving anyone skincare tips.
What do you mean? You got wonderful skin.
Do you have a skincare routine?
I do. Well, like, does it count just putting lotion on my hands so I don't have massive hangnails and cracked skin?
That's a skincare routine.
That's what I do. That's what I do.
Little lotion on the hands, lotion on the face. I also lotion the face.
Yeah.
That's all that I use on the face, though, just lotion.
And then does it count growing out the beard as like a protection from the elements? I bet you my skin is baby soft under this beard.
You think
if I ever
so?
shaved it off.
I feel like it'd be rough underneath.
No way.
I don't know.
From the stubble if I shaved it off, but like the skin itself, it's probably so young looking under there.
Oh, it's like a baby's bottom.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We know our way around a skincare routine. Well, what do you say about adding some bologna to your skincare?
See, they always have like those things like they're like if you rub like an avocado on your face or if you rub like some sort of cucumber on your face, it'll make your face softer.
Yeah,
I've
put the
never
cucumbers
heard.
on the eyes, right?
Yeah, exactly. So I've never seen bologna on the face though. I feel like that would make your face smell bad.
Well, yes, that does seem that way. Oscar Mayer is they are trying to add some bologna to your skincare routine. They are putting out a new face mask. So we're not talking about a COVID-19 prevention face mask type deal. We're talking about the kind, like you mentioned with, I guess, the avocado or like the mud people put on.
Oh, yeah.
Where you just rub it all over your face and then you do the cucumbers on the eyes for some reason. And
no one understands why. No one knows why.
It's the cucumber industry came up with that idea. Just try to sell more cucumbers. And so they are doing a bologna style face mask. So it's pink. It looks like bologna and you rub it all over your face. Other than that, you know what? Is there anything noteworthy about it? Does it smell like bologna? I don't think so. I don't think it would get very far. That would not be a very popular option, but they are branding it, selling it in a package like it's bologna. And the thought process behind it is, were you ever a kid and you had a slice of bologna? And so you bit holes in the slice of bologna for your eyes and your mouth, and then you put it on your face.
I don't think I ever did that, but I have seen. I feel like you did that, didn't you?
I don't think I did. I don't think I did.
No,
I don't think I did. I didn't eat. Well, that's not true. I did not eat a lot of just bologna slices.
Yeah,
unless they were fried up.
Oh, then
the fried
of course.
bologna, yeah.
Yeah, that's different.
We called them pig's ears when I was a child.
Yeah, that's different. I feel like I don't know. I feel like the main person who's going to wear a face mask would be a female.
Uh-huh.
And I feel like they aren't going to be the ones that are going to want to wear this. Like, why would they choose the bologna one? This seems like a guy
weird.
thing. Like, this seems like a guy. That's something a guy would buy.
Yeah.
And guys don't buy face masks in general, so why would they buy that?
It's only $5, so it's not like it's putting you out a lot. You can find it on Amazon starting yesterday. It is available. So it's not like it's putting you out a lot to just do it as just a fun little thing and see how it works. But you're totally right. It's hard to picture, a group of women getting together and they're having their brunch and one of them is like, "Oh, Karen, your skin, it looks so nice." That wasn't a good name to choose.
That was a bad name. Any other name.
Brittany, your skin, it looks so nice. Have you been doing something different? And Brittany's like, "Well, believe it or not, I have. I've been using this Oscar Mayer bologna mask." And then all the women are like, "Oh, where did you get it?" And so she shares that you can get the bologna mask on Amazon. It's hard to picture that, isn't it?
It is. I was about to say, there's no way this conversation would ever happen with a group of guys, obviously. With a group of girls, there's like a 5% chance I think that could possibly happen.
Yeah.
But it's funny also that how like serious girls say their skincare routine and then how like not serious guys take it. Like the guys would just use the same loofah they wash their feet with and use that
on
for
their face.
On their face and then have like perfect skin, and then girls will use like 7 different like face washes and just have this whole routine, and then sometimes their face doesn't even look as good as the guys who are using literally the same loofahs they use on their feet.
It almost makes you wonder if it's not all about the routine at all, and if it's more about just the person behind it.
Oh, it's 100% genetics.
Yeah.
It's 100% genetics.
Yeah.
Because my face, I don't take nearly enough care of my face, and I typically don't have any breakouts. So, and there's people that take care of their face way more than I do, and they have trouble with it. So it's all genetics.
It could be genetics, or it could be that the thing that's missing from your routine is a bologna face mask, and you get this off of Amazon, and all of a sudden you're good to go.
A little bologna slice on the face.
It's $5. So
just before bed, a little bologna for the face.
Bologna face.
The Riot promise is that they'll always have an opinion on everything they talk about, but that doesn't mean any of their opinions will make sense. This is The Riot on RadioU.
Hello, Isaiah.
Howdy, how we doing?
Doing good. I see here that you've added a story about Katy Perry and Orlando Bloom. Are you a big Katy Perry fan?
I wouldn't consider myself a very big Katy Perry fan. I wouldn't
didn't
say
like her performance at the College Football National Championship?
To be honest, I didn't even watch it. I didn't even watch the halftime show.
I know. Lots of people did not like that, though.
Yeah, I'm saying she's okay.
Yeah.
She has some good songs, but nothing too crazy.
So the story is that she was doing an interview. Did you know she's together with Orlando Bloom?
See, I think
Do you remember Orlando Bloom?
I know who Orlando Bloom is. I didn't know they were together, but I feel like I kind of knew that. I don't know. It's one of those where I'm like, maybe in the back of my mind, I've heard that before, but I wasn't. If you had asked me who she's with, I would have no idea.
If I have heard this, it didn't register with me whatsoever. But apparently, they got engaged 3 years ago, Valentine's Day 2019.
Congratulations!
So, congratulations. So she was doing an interview where she was saying what his most annoying habit to her is. She says it's that he has wonderful teeth, but he leaves his discarded floss everywhere.
That's gross.
The bedside table.
Oh, that's
in
so
the car, by the sink, just everywhere. You'll find Orlando Bloom's floss if you go to Katy Perry's house.
That's gross because like floss is just covered in whatever the discards of your mouth are.
Plaque, right?
Literal plaque.
Gingivitis.
All kinds of little pieces of food. And I assume when she sees that, she's picking it up and throwing it away.
Yeah.
But I would, oh my goodness, I would freak out.
Yeah, it bothers me. It reminds me, my mom would have not the flossers that because if you're flossing, which it's debatable whether even you should be, but some people would use those little picks that where it's just one string of floss and then you have a little handle. And you ever seen that?
I used one this morning.
You did?
Yeah, this morning in the shower I used one of those.
And then you threw it away, right?
Well, sometimes I reuse,
Oh, no, you do not.
I reuse.
What
Why
are they,
wouldn't I reuse?
$1 for 500? Why do you need to reuse it?
I don't know. Sometimes I reuse. Nothing really when I go through and it looks perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Why would I get rid of that piece of floss?
Because you got another one that you can use the next day. And then if it just sits there after it's been in your mouth, it's collecting bacteria from the air.
I rinse it off. I rinse it off, and it's good as new.
I think you're doing more harm than good.
No, it's good as new.
If you're reusing your floss.
I don't reuse it more than twice, maybe 3 times.
That's
if it's
too
a really
many times.
Good strain.
It probably says on the bag it's single-use floss picks or something.
Oh, for sure.
Okay, so my mom didn't use those. She used the little toothbrushes, the little portable toothbrushes that you're supposed to use once and discard. And she would use them and keep them in the car and then just leave the used ones in the car.
Oh, so that's gross.
That was disgusting.
That's
I hated
a gross
that. So
one.
yeah, floss goes right along the same lines. I don't want to see discarded anything in your mouth. Don't want to see that discarded and lying around.
Yeah, I went to the dentist recently, actually, and they told me I need to do a better job of flossing, which is what they tell me every single time. And it had me questioning, have you ever went to the dentist and they'd be like, oh, no, you're doing a great job of flossing. Has that ever happened to you? Because every time I've went, they've been like, you need to floss more.
Yeah.
You need to floss more. And this time, I've been flossing religiously every single day.
Yeah.
Because they said if I didn't start flossing, that I was going to need some gum treatment.
Using some scare tactics on you.
They did scare me. So I've been flossing every day as kind of to see if I go in, because I have an appointment here in a couple months.
Yeah.
If I go in and they say I'm not flossing good enough, there's no chance anyone can be.
Right.
I've been flossing twice a day. Every single day. If my gums are not perfect, then there's no way to be able to do it.
It almost feels like you're not even flossing to really take care of your teeth. You're just flossing to prove a point.
I'm flossing to show the dentist that either they don't know what they're talking about or it's impossible to reach the level of flossness that they want.
I think you're definitely right. I think that I don't know. I don't want to cast aspersions on dentists, but I bet you they just look at your mouth and they're like, they don't even have to look. They just guess that nobody's flossing.
Yeah.
Because why? So they can say that to anybody.
It's the easiest out.
And who's going to push back?
It's the easiest out. They can just be like, oh, you need to floss more. That's why this is happening. And every single time the person's going to be like, yeah, I haven't really been flossing because no one flosses religiously.
Flosses, but you're doing it.
I'm doing it.
You're doing it not just for you, for all of us.
I'm doing it for everybody. I'm going to come on the show And when they tell me I need to floss more, then I can tell you all. Don't even
Their
bother.
secret is out.
Don't even bother
They've
flossing.
been exposed.
It will not be enough. Or maybe they'll tell me I'm good. Maybe they'll be like, "Oh yeah, you've been doing a great job." And then I'm kind of in the wrong there. So I'll just kind of soak that
right.
one. And then I'll stop flossing once they tell me
But at least
that.
the good news will be that you're doing the right thing.
Yeah. So either way, we're going to find out the truth behind the dentistry industry. But Orlando Bloom, you're disgusting.
If they keep talking long enough, they're bound to say something that you agree with. The Riot with Hudson and Nikki on Radio U.
Yesterday, I got some flack because we were talking about Daniel Radcliffe. He's playing Weird Al Yankovic in a new movie about Weird Al Yankovic. And Daniel Radcliffe, of course, is Harry Potter. So we're talking about Harry Potter. And I said I don't like Harry Potter.
I can't believe you're bringing this back up again.
Not only do I not like, hear me out. Not only do I not like Harry Potter, I don't like anything with wizards and dragons and things
fun
princesses and swords and stuff like that.
That's like my thing. Just so you know, that's like the kind of stuff I like.
Since when? I thought you were like superheroes.
I like superheroes too, but I've always been a big. Now you were gonna say this isn't science fiction, but to me that can considered science
fantasy.
Fiction. Fantasy, science fiction, it's all the same.
No, it's not.
Science fiction is kind of fantasy.
Well, okay, for you then. So this is for you, and this is for anybody. This is an extension of good faith, because just because I don't like Harry Potter and wizardry and Quidditch and wands doesn't mean that I don't want to relay some big important news to people. So I want everybody to know that the Amazon Lord of the Rings show, which has been talked about for years and years. I believe it is the most expensive TV show that has ever been made. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty darn sure. And finally, we have a title for the Amazon Lord of the Rings TV series that'll be on Prime Video. We have a title, we have a release season, and we have a little teaser trailer type deal. So the show is going to be called Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power.
That's a good name.
Is it a good name?
That's a good name.
Yeah? I want to see who gets the power rings?
It intrigues me. I watched the trailer thing, which was pointless.
It doesn't tell you much, does it?
It doesn't tell you
Unless
anything.
you're like, maybe if you're steeped in Lord of the Rings lore, and so you know all of the details about everything, then you're like, oh, it takes place in the Second Age. Ooh.
Oh, yeah. But, it tells me nothing.
Yeah.
I've never seen any of the Lord of the Rings. People say that I would like it. Everyone says I should watch it.
If you like Harry Potter and you like other things that are fantasy, then I'm sure you would like Lord of the Rings.
Like recently someone was like, oh yeah, you would really like the Lord of the Rings. I've never watched it.
Yeah.
But so this is an Amazon series.
Yes.
So this is completely independent from the movies?
Well, independent, I don't know. It's not going to have the same actors, I don't think.
Yeah.
And it's set in a different time. I guess you would say it's a prequel to The Lord of the Rings.
Gotcha.
But again, I don't even know. Does the Second Age, when does the movies take place? The Third Age, First Age, Seventh Age? I don't know. Not interested. But
my question would be, could I watch this without having seen the movies?
I'm pretty sure.
That's what's important to me.
I'm fairly confident that you would. So, so Rings of Power was the title. They say they are proposing that this will be out in the fall of this year.
Oh, so not very long here.
Yeah, you might not have to wait too long.
Yeah, but also this, I'm still circling back. This trailer is just, why did they even release this? Why didn't they just release the name? I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't know. To get people excited.
I guess
like,
yes,
look, they're making a ring.
I guess it does. I guess if you really were into Lord of the Rings, then like the Rings of Power,
I think it would
be a cool thing.
See, I also have a little description of the show. It doesn't tell us anything meaningful, you or I, because we don't know. But for Lord of the Rings fans, I'm sure that it does. Like, the Rings of Power unites all the major stories of Middle-earth's Second Age, the forging of the rings, the rise of the Dark Lord Sauron, the epic tale of Numenor, the last alliances of elves and men. That doesn't sound great to me at all.
It sounds great to me. It sounds epic.
Oh, you love the epic tale of Numenor.
I've always wanted to hear the epic tale of Numenor.
You're into any epic tale.
Oh, yes. That's not only entertaining. It looks entertaining to me, intriguing, and all I want to know now is if I have to watch the movies to be able to watch this.
If you missed out on the next Riot moment when it originally aired, you don't know how lucky you are. You're listening to the Worst of the Riot podcast.
So, Isaiah, do you know Tim Do you know the guy Tim? He does.
That was such a good description of a person. Do you know Tim?
Do you know Tim?
I
Do you
don't
know
know
anybody by the name of Tim?
I know some Tims.
That we would both know.
But I don't think I know anybody that we both would know named Tim.
Tim is the guy who does the voice work for us.
Okay, gotcha.
So Tim,
beautiful voice, Tim.
If you hear what you just heard, like The Riot on radio, that's Tim.
Okay, gotcha.
And our friend Tim, our colleague Tim, earlier this week, he posted at his work, at his job, they did something that I love, and I think we should do it here. They did a fry charcuterie board. That's the rage now. I'm getting the impression because of this, because of that Walmart commercial where they talk about an charcuterie board or something, like making different charcuterie boards. Apparently that's a trend. So they did a fry charcuterie board, a fry-cuterie board.
See,
at Tim's office.
When you mentioned this, I thought you said fried.
Oh, fried. No.
I was so confused because then you kept on naming fries. I was like, did they do anything other than
French fry?
Got it.
Charcuterie board.
That makes sense. And also, if we here at RadioU were to do this, does anybody have like a real nice charcuterie board? Because that's like half of it.
Yeah,
you can have
right.
the things on top, but you have to have that nice wooden charcuterie board for the aesthetic, you know. But looking at this charcuterie board that he's done here, I mean, obviously, it's fries, so it looks solid, but I think we could make some improvements.
I think we could, too. So let's see. He's got 4 different varieties of fries there from 4 different restaurants, establishments, and then a bunch of different toppings that you could put on, a bunch of different sauces. So let's do this. We'll open this up to discussion, too, if you want to text in with your thoughts on what would be a good addition to a fried charcuterie board, 8772-RADIO-U. But what would, if we're going for 4 different kinds of fries, what are we going with?
I'm definitely going with waffle. Waffle's going to be on there.
From Chick-fil-A? Or?
Oh, we're doing from certain places? Yeah. Okay, gotcha. Then definitely if I'm doing a waffle.
We're not going to fry up the fries ourselves.
Okay, I didn't know for sure. I think waffle from Chick-fil-A is where I'm going to go. I'm also going to go Arby's curly fries.
Yes.
Has to be on there.
That was the number one that I was going to name.
Arby's curly fry has to be on there. On here, it looks like he has some sort of a sweet potato fry. Do you see that one there, top right corner?
I don't know.
I'm not a fan of the sweet potato.
I'm not as big a fan of the sweet potato fries as well, although you ever done this, the sweet potato fries, and then somebody, like the place will dust them with like a cinnamon sugar, and then they give you like kind of a cream cheese dipping sauce.
Oh,
that's actually pretty good.
That sounds like dessert.
Yeah. So that actually, it's not so bad. You could have that. I mean, it's 1 out of 4. You could have a good sweet potato fry.
For my board, we're leaving the sweet potato to the side.
I'm with you. I think if given the options, I'm going to choose something else, but it wouldn't be a terrible addition.
I'm trying to think of what other fries I would throw on there.
See,
the Arby's curly fry and the Chick-fil-A waffle fry are 2 musts, where the other 2 are kind of up for grabs here.
I think it's good to have different varieties. Like, you don't want to have 4 steak fries on there. But okay, so here's what I was thinking of. I have the other 2 to complete the board. The 2 that you mentioned are 100% 2 that I would choose. I would also go with Five Guys fries.
Okay, yes, I love Five Guys fries. That's a good choice.
Would you go Cajun or straight up?
Ooh, I would probably go straight up, but I wouldn't be opposed to Cajun either.
I like both. I like the straight up, and then you get vinegar for them, or you could go Cajun. And then my other one, this is a little bit of a wild card. I'd like Red Robin fries, but what I really want is the campfire sauce from Red Robin.
I've never had that. I don't even know if I've ever eaten a Red Robin.
You gotta go to Red Robin.
I don't think I've ever eaten a Red Robin.
They give you bottomless fries.
Really? Now that sounds fantastic.
So I don't even know if I really like their fries, but to be fair, I don't think I really truly enjoy Chick-fil-A's fries on their own either. It's the sauce that makes it.
The sauce makes it.
So fries are really just edible plates.
Yeah.
Edible sauce spoons.
I would throw this in there, and this is going to be controversial, and people are going to probably not like this one. But I would also throw in some tater tots, and you know where I toss them in from?
You can do tater tots? Where's that?
From Burger King.
Burger King.
I would
the cheesy ones, or
I could do cheesy.
Yeah.
I could do cheesy, but yeah, the Burger King tater tots, I would toss those in there too. Nice and crispy tater tots. Ooh. It sounds good. We would have to have a tater tot on there.
Good.
We would have to have a tater tot on there, and you could argue where from, but I'm okay with wherever. It just has to be on the board.
Yeah, well, this is it's something to think about. Angela texted in; she's on board with the Five Guys for sure, and Aaron is saying that sweet potato fries are a must.
Oh, they're a must.
Yeah.
Interesting. I'll also add it into this too, is like we need sauces on the side.
Yeah, you're right.
So we got to have the best sauces.
So we have the Red Robin campfire sauce. We have Chick-fil-A sauce. What do you get from you? I mean, obviously just straight up ketchup.
I don't even think. I think I would go. One of the sauces that I love is McDonald's barbecue sauce. That one
You do?
with
On the fries, huh?
With fries, it's
Well, if
I
we're
go
going
to
with
McDonald's, I'm getting barbecue sauce.
I think we should just go straight for a milkshake or a Frosty too.
Ooh,
Why not?
toss
right?
that in there.
Yeah,
I'm
give
not
that a
opposed
shot.
to that.
And then I was also thinking the hot cheese, like the spicy nacho cheese.
Ooh, I
what do you think about
love
that?
some
I think that would go good on the Arby's fries.
Oh yeah, I love nacho cheese. As a side, that's a must side. Is nacho cheese.
All right, I'm glad Tim came up with this idea, or wherever he saw it from, and I'm looking forward to stealing it and actually making it a reality.
Yeah! You were one of the lucky few who missed the riot when they were live. Yet here you are.
I also like to live dangerously.
This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
We have a new study here concerning your health, and this is something we all need to pay attention to because the risk that you are taking is when you watch TV for four or more hours a day. It is a risky business doing that.
I don't buy it.
You don't buy it?
I don't buy it.
You don't think watching TV for 4 or more hours a day can be troublesome for your health?
Where does it link? Is it something with your eyes? Is it something with your eyes being strained for 4 hours? Or what's the deal?
It's not. It's so here's what you're risking. If you binge watch TV, if you're just laying down watching TV for 4 or more hours a day, according to the study, there is a link between binge watching TV and a condition known as venous thromboembolism.
Not venous thromboembolism.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I had no idea. They were linked.
You may also know it as VTE.
Oh, VTE, yes.
Does that sound more familiar?
Very familiar with VTE.
It's a serious condition. It is caused by blood clots that form in your veins.
Seems pretty serious.
Which is where blood clots usually form, I guess.
Seems pretty serious, VTE.
Yeah.
Blood clots in the veins.
What happens is blood clots form in your veins. Usually in the deepest veins in your body, usually along your your legs or pelvis. Sometimes in your arms, but normally legs or pelvis. You'll get these blood clots deep in your veins, and what they can do is cause swelling and pain. They also can lead to ulcers, and they can get dislodged and wind up clogging up arteries of our lungs, which obviously can be life-threatening and cause a pulmonary embolism, so you don't want that. So all this to say, be careful how much TV you're watching. According to this study, it could kill you.
I'm just confused as to how it connects. I don't get it.
I think it's just
from
being
sitting down?
Yeah, I think being very sedentary. If you're lying down for a long time, watching TV.
What do they say about, if you talk on, a morning show and you sit in a chair for, the entire day?
No study's been done on that.
We should do a study.
Yeah.
And see how long it takes if we just sit here, because I sit down all day.
Yeah.
Obviously, outside of work, I do things that are more active. But at work, I sit down all day underneath my blanket and I just relax. So I feel like it's the same deal.
You don't want to hear the study about blankets.
Oh, no, not the blanket study.
Good. Not good.
Not looking good for me.
Yeah, you're running out of time.
Also, I feel like binge watching TV for 4 hours.
Yeah.
I would say that's a day. That's a lot.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people, a lot of days where you binge watch for 4 hours.
Yeah. I think this is on a very consistent basis. If you go a day or two a week and you're watching 4 hours, a nice football Sunday, say, I don't think that's going to put you at risk. It's when this is people that regularly watched TV 4 or more hours a day. So that means every night you're plopping down and flipping on Netflix or Prime Video or whatever, that is where you are going to run into some risk issues.
See, this is clearly a dangerous and serious thing, but also live your life. If you want to hang out and relax and watch TV, I wouldn't be too terribly worried about it unless every single night you're not doing anything other than just watching TV on your couch.
Well, this is what you do. Just set a timer, 3 hours, 59 minutes.
And then you're safe.
If you hit that and the timer goes off, then it's time to turn off the TV.
Time to get up.
Quite simply.
Start moving
whatever
around.
Show it is, it can wait.
Yep.
It's whatever's going on Netflix, less important than your blood clot issue that you don't want to have. So.
Oh, yeah, you do not. You want to avoid that at all costs. Just don't lay around all the time. I think that's my conclusion.
Health tips from the Riot.
This is The Riot. RadioU.
Astute M&M's fans may start to realize a change coming to not the M&Ms themselves, but the M&M's characters.
I can think of like two of the characters.
Yeah?
There's like the red one and the yellow one.
Yes.
I don't know if they have names
You
or
can't
not.
think, maybe red and yellow.
Red and yellow? I guess that makes sense.
I don't know if they have names or not either. I can think of one more. They do play up the green female M&M a bit, don't they?
It's your favorite? the green female?
Sure. I mean, green's my favorite color.
Okay,
so.
that makes sense.
Yeah, but apparently there's actually 6 characters. Did you know there's the orange M&M character? Then there's also a blue and a brown. Of course, there's a brown M&M. So here's what you might notice if you're really paying close attention to the M&M's commercials and the packaging that actually has the characters on it. The M&M characters' shoes, their footwear is getting a little bit of a redesign.
Oh, new shoes.
Yeah, some of them are getting new shoes. Some of the M&M's shoes are now going to have laces, but the most notable change will come with the female M&M. So we acknowledge that there's the green M&M who's a female, right?
Yes.
The brown M&M is a female as well. And the green M&M normally has been depicted with high heels.
Oh.
But no
fancy.
longer. No longer.
No longer fancy?
She will know. Well, I mean, she's dressing for herself now.
Okay, cool.
She's not dressing with the high heels.
What are we doing?
She's just going with, I guess you would call them flats. It's just regular sneakers.
Just some sneaks, some casual sneakers.
They're not high heels, though. I'll tell you that.
Seems kind of odd. Why? I don't understand.
Well,
why the change?
The M&Ms, the Mars Wrigley representative says, this is Anton Vincent, actually president of Mars Wrigley North America, says that they want the look to be, quote, more representative of the consumer. So he says it's a subtle cue, but it's a cue people really pick up on.
I guess that makes sense. People who like M&Ms, like girls who like M&Ms, more than likely probably wear sneakers, right?
Probably, if you're going to buy M&Ms, I'm going to guess you're wearing sneakers or, some kind of flip-flop, something like that. Probably not high heels. Sometimes that may be the case. And if you are a high heel fan, don't worry. The brown female M&M character is still going to be wearing high heels.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so there's still some representation for
Everybody's
you if you are
included.
a high heel fan. But the most prominent, I would say, female of the two M&M characters, she will no longer be wearing high heels.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
What will we do? What I mean, what will we do?
Well, I'm glad that M&M's is making this change to be more inclusive and to really connect more with. I want to speak on behalf of the female audience.
Here we go.
I think that it does represent them better.
The sneakers rather than high heels?
Since there's no female here to speak for themselves.
I guess I would say, here we go again, but I would say girls probably wear sneakers more than any other shoe, wouldn't you say?
I think high heels, I mean, it's not like you never would wear them anymore, but they're less common than they used to be.
Yeah, I would say so too. And I mean, it's hard, I would say, as an M&M, like, trying to I think in the beginning why they had the high heels is because it's hard to tell
to discern. There's not a lot of other characteristics about what do they do to make the M&Ms to differentiate between male and female.
Like they don't have hair.
What are they going to get rid of the female's eyelashes? Yeah, that's like the only other thing that really differentiates.
So that's how you knew if it was a girl or not had the shoes she was wearing. But I guess maybe as time has went on, they've figured out other features to make them, I guess, more feminine.
Yeah, maybe the lips are a little more.
Yeah, the lips are a little more prominent.
I don't know if I feel comfortable judging what makes the green character female.
She does have longer eyelashes.
Yeah, that's really the other thing, right?
That's like the only other thing.
Her brows are a little thinner. Oh yeah, I would say so.
A little more contoured.
Yeah,
I guess the men have the manly M&Ms have a little bit thicker eyebrows. Hers are a little more,
thicker
more
lower
shaped.
body too.
Yeah, that's true.
They're not actually perfectly round, all of them. So now they're not fairly representing M&Ms themselves.
No. I'm thinking that, the sneakers are fine. Looks good.
Yeah. It's
Include
a good
everybody.
Look. Hey, whatever she wants to wear.
Hudson, Nikki, The Riot on Radio U.
Now, we've come a long way as a society. Since the invention of TV, when TV came out back in the day, it was not typically depicted that a man and a woman, like a husband and a wife, would be even sleeping in the same bed. You know what I mean?
Oh, I know what you mean, yes.
They would be sleeping in bed side by side, but separate if they were ever depicted in the bedroom.
Yes. I saw that in WandaVision.
Right.
They did that in WandaVision.
Yep, and then the beds moved together.
Yep.
Spoiler alert.
As the time went on. Yeah. Got it, okay.
Yeah, so that's even though like TV was invented a long time ago, it wasn't that long ago. And it used to be that we wouldn't even show a man and a woman sharing the same bed on TV. And now we've come all the way to where you wouldn't even think. For a long time, it was like, you would obviously, like a husband and wife, they're going to sleep together, right?
Yeah.
But now it's going back the other way.
Oh, we're circling back to your own bed?
To some people saying that it might be beneficial for a husband and a wife, for a married couple, or just, any partnership, for them to be sleeping separately.
Maybe in bunk beds? They could do bunk beds?
Hey, that's an idea.
Some bunk beds for me and my wife?
I don't know. I think that would be that would cause a rift in the relationship because you'd be fighting over the top bunk.
Oh, I don't know. I feel like it'd be so much fun to have bunk beds instead.
It would be fun. But bunk beds also, you don't really see, they're usually twin size, so
true.
I don't think that would work very well.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Here we have a guy. He's an athlete and a podcaster. His name is Rich Roll. He lives in Malibu Valley, or Malibu Canyon, near Los Angeles in California. And he's been married to his wife, Julie, for 20 years. He says their relationship is strong, but he also says he's been sleeping in a tent apart from his wife for the past 2 years.
That doesn't sound very strong to me.
Doesn't sound strong, does it?
It seems like he is in the doghouse, in the literal doghouse.
Yeah.
He's sleeping in a tent. You're outside, bud. It's not going well.
Well, he says, one, this is a quote, that his marriage is all good. And he says, being outdoors, breathing the outdoor air, sleeping under the stars, it's a very simple and basic way of reconnecting with what it means to be fundamentally human. That's what Rich says.
Oh, he's trying to make himself feel better. He probably texted her and he was like, hey, babe, I'm just making sure, like, obviously I've been sleeping outside in a tent for like a year and a half now due to your request. Like, are we good? And she probably said, we're fine.
He keeps, oh, yeah.
And he's like, okay, we're cool. Right? We're good. I guess we're good then. She said, we're fine.
Even the way he's describing it of like, oh, so Rich, you care about being outdoors and reconnecting with what it means to be fundamentally human, but what, your wife doesn't?
She doesn't want to be out there with you?
She's not that highbrow. She doesn't understand the vagaries of nature and what it all means. And how it can connect you with the fresh air, how that would just benefit you. Your wife doesn't get that.
Sounds
like
you're
trying to say.
Sounds like Rich messed up, and he's trying to justify. Oh no, I like the tent. I've come to love the tent, and he doesn't even get to sleep on the couch. He didn't even get the couch. What did you do, Rich?
Do you think it's possible that initially he got kicked out into the tent? Initially because of a fight they had.
For sure.
And eventually he found that actually he does just appreciate it and he just can't convince his wife, you think? Like maybe they are on good terms. It's just he can't convince her, like, babe, listen, it's really nice out here under the stars in the tent. You would love it, and she won't do it.
No, I think it's a continual like passive aggressive thing. I think she kicked him out into the tent. And he slept out there, and he was like, you know what? I like the tent.
Yeah,
I want to be out here anyway.
You can't punish me if I'm already out here.
I like the warm air.
You can't fire me if I quit.
Yeah, exactly. So I'd prefer to be in the tent. You can come out here and you can enjoy the weather with me, the outdoorsiness. Or if you want, you can stay in your bed. But either way, I'll be out here. I love it out here.
Yeah, I guess he's making the most of it.
He's being petty for 2 years now. Or he is literally living in the doghouse. How do you have a house and decide to live in a tent?
Sleep in a tent. That's the whole point of having a house.
To be able to sleep somewhere.
Yeah.
With a roof over your head.
It definitely feels like, I have heard more recently of people being married, sleeping separately, even all the way up to people legitimately saying, we're happily married. We don't even live together, but we're in a happily married relationship. We just have different apartments. And I guess I can see it. I guess I can see it. If that's what you want to do, that one sounds like a very expensive way to live your life. But if that's how you want to do it, but this sleeping in the tent and your wife like not, and you two just like what, you don't want to sleep together. That feels like I don't know. It just feels like it's got to cause some kind of underlying issues, if nothing else.
The Riot Podcast. RadioU.
This is a judge in Michigan. She just fined a 72-year-old man for not maintaining his lawn. Okay. So that in and of itself, not that noteworthy, but it is when you add in the fact that it's a 72-year-old man. Okay. So he's already older. This 72-year-old man is also a cancer patient.
Oh my goodness.
He was diagnosed with lymphoma in 2019. And yet this judge didn't just fine him either. That's the other thing that puts it over the top. This judge basically like ridiculed this guy. She says, you should be ashamed of yourself. if I could give you jail time on this, I would.
What?
You better get this cleaned up. That is totally inappropriate. Is her quotes from when she shot down this guy, Burin Chowdhury is his name, the 72-year-old, for not taking care of his property.
What? That doesn't even make any sense. The end of your sentence there, it's his property.
Yeah.
Why does it matter?
It's his.
It's my lawn.
It's his front yard, but it's in an alleyway, and I don't know. See, we don't have pictures of the place in question, so I don't know how bad it truly was. But she says your neighbors should not have to see that. Is something that she said. Like she said it's shameful. The neighbors should not have to look at that. So I don't know how bad it really was, but nevertheless, that's a pretty harsh thing to say to a 72-year-old cancer patient.
Yeah, and yet again, it's my house, it's my property. I don't really care what my neighbors think of my house. Maybe my house isn't pretty.
Well, what
Maybe
if you
I have things outside?
An HOA?
An HOA?
Yeah, homeowners association.
Oh, well, I mean, obviously, if it's a disaster, it's a disaster, whatever.
Yeah.
If he's not able to take care of it, he's not able to take care of it. You don't need to ridicule him about his yard. Jail time for not mowing my yard?
Yeah, that's where you draw the line.
What are you talking about? Are you crazy?
And what is this? What is she auditioning to be Judge Judy? You just don't have to be rude about it.
Yes, exactly. I mean, she could just state the facts and nothing else. You don't need to ridicule people for anything.
The fact is, she would give him jail time if she could.
Well, that's too bad.
Yeah.
Clearly, she's in the wrong.
Yeah, she apparently there's now. So the story behind it is that this guy, Burin Chowdhury, he's 72 years old. He has lymphoma. He obviously he's not able to take care of his yard himself. His son says that his son and I think maybe his mother have been taking care of the property. But at the time of when the complaint was filed that made this guy have to go to court, his son was out of the country. So not able to be there to take care of the yard. So that is why. His son even has said he's paying the fine. His son is paying the fine since it's his job to take care of the yard. But he still thinks, of course, that it's ridiculous the way that this judge was reacting.
Yeah, that is ridiculous. And if you're one of my neighbors and obviously he's not able to take care of the yard, wouldn't you as a neighbor, if you don't want to see that, if you hate it so much, why don't you say, oh yeah, you know what, maybe I could mow your lawn. Wouldn't that make sense? Why are you complaining?
Find a young, enterprising individual that has the time and maybe wants to earn a few bucks. I know those are maybe harder to come by nowadays.
Yeah, there's no reason. Like if I had a neighbor growing up who wasn't able to take care of his yard and it looked terrible, my mom or dad would be like, Isaiah, why don't you go over there and you mow? I volunteer to mow their lawn.
Yeah.
Let alone then just complain to them. Well, so, oh my gosh, this whole community, you couldn't go over there and mow their lawn.
You could have rallied together and made it a really happy moment. Look how we're just doing our part, and it didn't have to be in the news. It could have just been a little nice thing we're doing for our cancer patient neighbor. But instead, that neighbor who complained, who got this taken into court, have to be a little bit of egg on their face now, right? They probably didn't know he was a cancer patient. They didn't care. They didn't care enough to ask.
They didn't even ask.
Didn't care enough to find out.
The person who was taking care of the lawn was out of the country, and you didn't even check and see what would it have been to mow the yard twice over the course of 1 month before his son comes back and can take care of the lawn again. You didn't even check.
Nope.
You just called the police.
You didn't care.
You did your thing, whatever.
You did not care.
And now you pay for it. Now you look terrible. You just look terrible.
This is a lesson to be learned. Don't rush to judgment.
You've made it all the way to the end of the Worst of the Riot. This show only exists because of support from listeners like you. Find out more and help out at RadioU.com/donate.